All right, good afternoon, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Let's see. All right. Um, Happy Friday. So
Long week.
it is. Yes, it's been a long week here. It's very busy here.
Been a long day.
Yeah. I know the number gonna jump up pretty soon, probably. Hi, Thailand again.
3:30 a.m.
Well,
Get up pretty early.
get up early. We're not going to sleep yet.
If I was in Thailand, I'd probably still get up at 3:30 too.
All right. Cool. Anything interesting you want to say?
So 3:30, 4:30 is a, was it 13 hours?
Thailand. Yeah.
No,
No. 11,
11.
11 hours
11
difference.
hours, yeah.
Yeah. Hi. Good to see everybody. All right, to answer your question, our hourly rate is $115 an hour during the weekdays, 140 for weekend and holidays.
Yeah, which we're pretty down to Saturdays now. I'm usually here from like 8ish to 3 or so. So, you need one day off after that. But yeah, you said Blue says looks like you guys had a long day. It was a very long day and a long week. I had a bolt. I was taking a fuel doser off of a DD15. One of the bolts broke, and then I had to drill bit all the way through the bolt to the other side, and the drill bit broke off. So I had to sit there for 2 hours with a die grinder and a little tiny bit and grind out the entire drill bit. So that was my afternoon.
Yeah. What's the wait time looking for APU installs?
What's that?
Here, APU install.
We don't actually. I mean, I don't know. We're about a week or a week and a half out just with general work right now. I mean, there's no. I mean, for APU specifically, there's really no specific, dedicated APU wait times. So, I mean, we can schedule that with anything else anytime.
But we do need a week notice.
Yeah, because we have to
Then
get. We don't stock. I mean, the batteries are. We don't because they are kind of expensive. So I don't. I don't like to keep $3,000 of batteries sitting here on the shelf. So we order that when somebody puts in what schedules. We obviously take a deposit because there's a lot of stuff we got to bring in. So once we order that stuff, then it takes roughly a week to get here. So
yeah.
that kind of rolls in with our scheduling anyway. So the bus.
Who's talking about a bus?
This is a bad subject.
Well, I think I'll let Ryan to tell you the story.
Let me get on the the Amazon rebuild kit.
Yeah, I sent Jake the link.
Oh yeah. So block may not be up to rebuild. Yeah, I don't think those have liners in them. So, I mean, you may be able to take the block to a machine shop. I don't know if they do or not. I don't know. I haven't taken the head off that one we had, but maybe if somebody knows, you can educate us. Yeah. But I think that one I had, that Amazon kit, looked like a pretty good, decent kit. I know it seems like the stuff these days from Taiwan is getting almost more. I would say almost like a Japanese. It's a little bit higher than, I think it's a little bit higher quality than the stuff coming from mainland in China, in my opinion, which she might not like that. But
he's gonna get a lot of beatings tonight.
But I think the Taiwan stuff's getting a little bit closer to like the Japanese quality, maybe. So
no.
So the next
Depends on what you get.
Yeah. But the stuff when you're in China, they send all the junk over here. It seems like, and over there, all this stuff is halfway decent. The stuff that's in China.
Think about it. Here is the company. They want to make money, so the thing they can do is buy junks from China and sell high here. So you still receive the junk, but the price is high. So that's my philosophy. It may not be right, but when we were in China, there are a lot of good stuff, high quality stuff there. They just really consider shipping stuff. U.S. companies always source for junk. That's my 2 cents.
Okay, let's get on that bus.
Bus, all right. Bus, all right.
Okay, so did we get the transmission in the bus? Yes, the transmission went in on Tuesday. It's still sitting in my shop. We got it. We had Canton erectors come out and bring it back down on the ground today. So it is on the ground.
The video already out. I probably will send upload a short video on YouTube so you guys can see. I just time lapse.
Yeah, I mean, this was initially that project was supposed to be lift it up, take a transmission out, put a transmission in, and hopefully have it all done in a week. Because I knew with this thing has been in the shop for 2 months, basically. Yeah, because we left and went.
Yeah.
We went to Alaska. We left to go up to our cruise to Alaska on June 30th. So it was the beginning of that week when we actually raised it. I brought it in the shop and got it raised up. So it's been in there since then. But the transmission that the gentleman got was a newer model Allison, and it wasn't quite compatible. So it was like, and at the point where he kind of got involved with the project, and when that kind of happens, I'm a little bit more hands off. There can only be one person in charge, type of thing. And things have been going really, really slow. So it's finally done. There's still some little things, subsidiary things that need to be, like a wiring harness, which I guess he thinks he's missing a couple pieces to that now. But ultimately, I mean, it's been kind of, with that taking up a large amount of real estate in our shop. I mean, for us to be able to bill our hours to make, to stay above water here. I mean, we have to have like 3 or 4 projects. So you stop on one, you go back to another one, and kind of you get to stop and put on that one, you can go back to the other one, and you got to keep moving around. That way, you're constantly. If you just got one project, when you get to stop on it, then you don't have any billable hours that you're billing anybody, and this place don't survive on 2 hours a day. So it has our numbers are down quite a bit the last month here because we're not able to. I mean, it's been raining here too, so we're not able to work on stuff outside as much. But it is kind of a sore subject, I guess you could say. So, but it's we've kind of put a deadline, like it's got to be out Monday, whether it's done or not. I mean, because we just can't wait a week for parts. And I mean, normally with a project like that, I mean, we've had stuff before where it gets to a stopping point, but it's been where we could just pull it out, drag it out with a skid loader. Then when we're ready, we can drag it back in. But this was a lot different since it was raised up 4 feet off the ground. So, but yeah, I think it's going to be out Monday.
By 8 o'clock. That's the deadline. So,
Okay.
Hal Pike, sorry about that for the late or have not responded to you yet. Just because I get like 100 emails a day. Things can easily get buried and I forget about it. I apologize about that. I make sure we respond to you. We can definitely schedule a consultation. Yeah, let's go that route.
Okay, so we're in Canton, Ohio, so up northeast Ohio area. We're actually right. We have I-77 and US 30. Right, we're right at the corner of it, so pretty easy, convenient area, I guess you could say, for the trucking business. Do that next one.
This one?
Yeah.
All right. So you want to rate it first?
What's the name of the APU filter place? They sell a lot more than just filters. So they sell a lot of aftermarket parts for APUs, but some of the stuff is not always correct, I guess you could say. Excuse me. But that's Thermo Byproducts. They are up in, I think, in Portland, Oregon. Pretty nice people to deal with. But like I said, sometimes I've ordered stuff where to say it's, for a tri-pack or whatever, and it gets here and it's not quite the right thing. So, but the filters are usually dead on, and they used to sell a whole filter kit for the tri-packs, and it was only like $22. So it was pretty reasonable. I know the Carrier stuff at the dealer is a lot cheaper than Thermo King. So I'm not sure how competitive they are when the time you include shipping. I know with the tri-pack kits, I would typically order 3 or 4 at a time, because if I just ordered one, it seemed like the shipping was $15 on $22 of a $22 filter kit. So it just made sense to buy more instead of paying almost as much in shipping as I was for the filters.
Yeah.
Next, let's keep going down the list.
Okay. So Dell is asking, hey Ryan, doesn't matter which oil you use?
Yes. I mean, with different oils, there's different additive packages. I mean, like if you're looking like Shell Rotel, there's like a T3, T4, T5, T6. That's just the additive packages, and whether there's some, regular conventional synthetic blends, full synthetic. Me personally, I like a good name brand oil like Shell or Mobil. I've always used the conventional Rotella T4 or Mobil Delvec Super 1300 Super, whatever, 1540. Um, and I'd rather use it. That's kind of, I think it's a good middle of the road program to where you change your oil like 15,000, and that way you're changing that, getting that soot and everything else out of the engine more often. Than I'm not a big fan of running an expensive synthetic to 40,000 miles. I'd rather just, like I said, use something a little bit cheaper that's still a quality oil name brand, and just change it a little bit more often. So I think we talk about that about every.
Yeah, I mean,
year.
yeah, right. I think we made short videos about that too. So I think I wanted to maybe start out. So Blue, is that right? I'm looking for opening his own shop. Currently doing mobile repairs, but don't have a lot of clients. When you guys open your shop, how did you market your shop? So what is that? Alignment shop. I'm looking at alignment shop. What does that alignment shop mean?
Wheel alignments.
Oh, okay, wheel alignment. Okay, so I'm just something wrong. All right, so we're lucky. Always, we're lucky, and then we have a wonderful group of people from YouTube. In the early days when we opened our mobile shop, it was definitely scary. From making a lot of money and driving trucks suddenly to a new business. Then clients is the first thing you worry. If you don't have client, no matter how great skill you have, no matter how good you wanted to service your customer, if you don't have the customer to serve, that's always the biggest problem.
Yeah, and we started with a mobile service as well. Just fine. I had two different. I started with an F350, just like a utility bed, a single rear wheel, so it didn't have a lot of room. Then, like if it was out, somewhere working and it started raining, like all your stuff got wet. So then I bought an older U-Haul box truck, put a new engine and transmission in it, which was supposed to have a good transmission, but it didn't. So that was pretty cool. We have a box truck and had like basically a mobile shop inside the truck, so it was nice to work out of. But we started in April, and like it was dead for basically till October. Like once we hit like October that year, 2021.
Yeah.
And that's like when it started really taking off. But a lot of that was from from people from YouTube.
Yeah.
And we got to the point I started with like Google Ads, and I've got quite a few hits for like mobile roadside stuff with that. Then we worked on everything. We worked on construction equipment, ag equipment,
lawnmowers.
I put a blade on a lawnmower for a lady once too, I think. So it's pretty much everything just to get started and get some revenue. But I mean, if you're doing mobile, you probably know that. But the big thing about starting a shop, I mean, but the reason we went to a physical, I mean, with a service truck, our fixed expenses were basically none. I mean, other than insurance.
Yeah.
I mean, the truck was paid for. I mean, we didn't have any expenses. Now we have this place, and that's one thing that if you're looking to get into a shop, I mean, your fixed expenses are going to go up drastically. So, I mean, luckily we have cheaper taxes here where we're at, property taxes, but our maintaining an older structure like this kind of takes away the savings from that.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said, we were lucky. Like I said, as far back to the marketing point that. But anyways, I was getting that later with the mobile thing. Once the YouTube people started coming to us, it was like I was working out of my farm shop, and everybody was coming to me. So I was basically just backing my service truck up to the shop, and it was just like a big moving toolbox basically. So that's when we decided we had to move into a physical shop because everybody was coming to us.
So. Yeah. So to get customers, again, old traditional way, Google Ads, but make sure you wanted to set a limit and also target customers. You don't want to if you don't do tires, don't set tires, because a lot of people, if you just say mobile
People calling
service,
for car tires.
yeah, Google gonna direct all kind of stuff to you, and every time that people call you,
every
you
time,
pay.
yeah, you pay.
You pay, and
if
also
they click
a
on it or
lot.
if they call you.
Yeah, it's a
and
lot.
It's not cheap. I mean, we were in like $600 one month.
Yeah, the other thing I came in my mind is that, remember, we work with the what's the company, Big Rig, so they're a platform. Just search for Big Rig, or you can actually go to our
mobile.
description. They are targeting. They're it's like a platform for, what is that, like a
It's like
Uber
an Uber
or
for
Lyft for the mechanic
service,
connect.
tire service,
Yeah,
mobile service.
yeah, connect mechanic
But
and
they're not doing
drivers.
physical brick and mortar shops yet, are they?
They are in the process of doing that.
Okay.
Yes, so I would really highly advise to sign up with them. So I know they are doing they send orders to you. So if the driver near you or in the range of your setting, they will send that order to you. So you can bid for the jobs. I think that's a really inexpensive way, or no expense way to get started with another company, a platform that can direct customers to your way. Also keep in mind, nowadays social media is really the fast and easy to start way to get customers, and everybody jump onto TikTok and what is that, TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook Reels, all kind of stuff. I think while you're young and you're just started, I mean, try to film some of the stuff you do and what you're good at. Get your face out there. You'll get a lot of wonderful customers from that source. Hopefully, answer a little bit your question. If I'm always happy to share our insights or our experience. Feel free to reach out to us anytime. Ryan, tell me which one.
You can go to that top, that one.
Okay, I will read that to people in any case you can't see. What's up? Oh, okay. Ryan, my T680 mysteriously leaks from the outside when raining. Getting into the cab, only place it would come from are the clearance lights. Any idea about the storage?
I would check those clearance lights first and maybe take them out and put some clear silicone or something around them and try to seal them. That I don't, unless you have some type of structural damage or something. I think that'd probably be the only place. So if you can find a way to get up there, it might be kind of tricky because those are the way that those T680s are. Yeah. I guess you could, if you open up the hood, you can stand on top of the engine. So
yeah. Does this one?
Here's the one above.
This one?
It's kind of
Excuse me. Yeah.
Can a water and fuel sensor make other codes pop up? I mean, I don't know if you're referring to if there's actually water in the fuel or just a bad sensor. But if you have water in your fuel and a lot of it can cause other fuel and performance related issues. So if you have water in the fuel, you need to, especially a lot of it, you need to find out where, how it's getting there and get rid of it. So because that will, like I said, it could cause all their other fuel related codes or cylinder performance codes or something. So
I think you can probably take this. Do you miss being on the road, Ryan?
Yes and no. I think we talk about this a lot too.
Yeah.
I like the business. I was actually talking to a Landstar guy yesterday, and he was showing me some of his loads and stuff like that. And I was talking about some of the agents that I used to work with around here with Landstar, and there's some really good. I mean, the account that he's on with this agent, I mean, is like some of the stuff he's like getting like $5. I think the gross on it was like $8 a mile, and so I mean, after everything, he's getting like $5, and it's like a dedicated type thing. So it was pretty cool to look at that. Man, I like I've always liked the trucking business and having a truck and all that. And I thought about it, like maybe I could buy me W900 or something. But like then I go to drive home in my little van thing, and I hate driving. I absolutely the people on the road these days make it such an unpleasant experience. It's just you can't just set your cruise and drive and be left alone. It's always this battle, and I'm over that. Like I said, I don't even like just drive. I live 18 minutes away from here, and just that is the worst part of my day is driving here and driving home. I hate driving, so unfortunately, I mean maybe all the miles. Sometimes I was doing 120, 130,000 miles a year, so maybe it just you just kind of get to a breaking point where you don't have any tolerance for nonsense anymore. So
Yeah. Just for everybody out there, I know every day we receive on our business side, we receive hundreds of emails every day. Spend a lot of time processing emails, also taking care of accounting stuff and customers here. Sometimes your email get buried. I might look at it and think about it going to return next hour, then just forget about it. So make sure if I don't get back to you in time or Ryan don't get back to you in time, please follow up with us. So the second email definitely make us, move forward. You wanted to touch on this one? Cat apprenticeship power generation. You work there, right?
Let me go back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Okay, I'll put this on here. So I hate reading names. I'm just not good at Rencho
Deluxe.
Deluxe. Okay, Rencho Deluxe asking anybody have any experience with CAT or Cummins apprenticeships for power generation or for heavy trucks equipment technician. So I know Ryan worked for CAT before. So
yeah, no, that was getting out of the Navy was my first job. I actually worked at Power Systems up here in Cleveland at Ohio Cat. So that's what I worked on, was big engines. 3500 series, 3600s, C32s, all the bigger stuff, big generators, stuff like that. I did had some power generation experience in the Navy as well, so that kind of hints the electrical background as well. But I've never. A lot of the guys that were there, we had some younger guys that just out of tech school and stuff like that, but it wasn't really like an apprenticeship type thing. So I don't have any experience with doing it. Like I said, I guess my apprenticeship was basically, in the military. So that's where, it was a good proving ground where you could kind of screw stuff up and figure it out and not have to worry about a customer being mad at you and having to pay for it. So
yeah. Hellpack, unfortunately, I don't think it's a good day to come. Saturday, I have to stay home with kids.
Saturday, she's usually
I'm not here
so
in
I'm
office. So Ryan's juggling with jobs, so it's not a good day on Saturday. But if you can come during the week. If you could make an appointment, that would be really appreciated, because if you want to talk to Ryan, most likely he's going to be helping customers, getting trucks ready for customers. It might not be easy to step away from jobs. So if you make an appointment, so we can make sure Ryan's available. If you want to talk to him, if you want to talk to me, feel free to come in any day. I'm here. Yeah. Let's talk about it in emails. Oh, okay. Jake was referring. We were lucky to have a lot of wonderful customers from YouTube. Yes. Everything is not easy nowadays. It took us 3 years, a long time too.
Yeah, and well, yeah, with YouTube, it does take a long time.
YouTube does.
And there's a lot of background, a lot of behind the scenes stuff other than just making a video that she knows how to do, putting in the right keywords and all that stuff to get your stuff kind of pushed out there. So if you just make a video and put it on there, it's really, unless there's like something really, really crazy with it, or, that it goes viral, I mean, you're really not going to get your stuff out there. So.
Yeah, I would say take great efforts. So when we started it, I was a mechanic engineer, and my baby was really young. So there's a lot of Saturdays, Sundays, late nights editing. It's not fun. So.
And even when we first started, like I'd do videos like in the truck with my phone, and I would spend like 4 hours like doing a video over and over and over because I thought it was garbage. Then after I did it for 4 hours, it was probably still garbage.
Yeah, the thing early days, he took video with his phone while he's driving or somewhere in a parking lot, and then use Google Drive and transfer back to me.
Sometimes it would take 5 hours to upload a video to send
Yeah.
it back, to Ohio to have her.
Yeah, then I added it at night, most likely after my kids go to bed. So I still working like 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night, just trying to get the video out. So it's not easy. Everything is not easy. Just if you have a goal, work on it. We just always believe. I always believe he has the talent, and I wanted to, put it out there if we can help people. So that's where we started. Cash is King, Chucking. Hi. Always nice to see you. So you wanna?
What's that?
Yeah, nothing. Just wanna say hi to everybody who left a message here.
This one, this.
So Sam is asking, when inspecting a DD15 engine, can you tell by the sound of the engine if it's good? How many miles does the Eaton manual transmission last on semi-trucks, I
I guess with any engine, there's really no specific. Obviously there's a lot of knocking or anything inconsistent. You want something that's smooth running, no loud knocking noises and squeal. Just the normal out of the ordinary stuff. But specifically to a DD15, I don't know if there's anything that I would really call out. As far as a manual transmission, a lot of that depends on the maintenance and the driver or drivers who's driven it. We've replaced some that only had 500,000 on them. It seems like the RTs, which would be like your 13 speeds and your 18 speeds, it seems like they're a little bit heavier, a little bit heavier built transmission than which like the FR metric transmission 10 speeds are. So, but most of those transmissions you're running a synthetic 50 weight, and that should be changed like at 500K or so. But I've seen some 10 speeds that have over 1 million on them, so or even more. So it really, like I said, it depends on how you drive them and how you take care of them. The other thing I've noticed, seen some guys with like the Peterbilt's Kenworths with the C15 cats in, they got them hopped up to 600, 700 horsepower, whatever, marine cams and all this crazy stuff. And they'll have a 1,600 foot-pound rated 13 speed in it. So first it'll tear out your main shaft, countershafts, whatever. So if you're running something that's hopped up like that, 600 plus horsepower, and it wasn't that horsepower stock, I definitely would be. I know I'm getting kind of off topic here, but I definitely look at what your transmissions are at, and those are usually like you'll have on an RT you have like a 16, 7, 13. That first two numbers, that first digits, that 16 is what your torque is. So it'd be 1,600, or you'll see an 18, and that'd be an 1,800, or a 20 would be a 2,000 foot-pound. So like I said, if you got I had a customer recently a couple months ago. And he has a very high horsepower cat. And first we put an input shaft in it. I didn't really think anything of it. Then it started making a bunch of noise, and the shifter was moving back and forth and stuff. And he brought it back in. And I was looking at the tag, and I was like, this is only a 1,600 foot-pound transmission. So we ended up upgrading it to an 18, 918, I believe. And he hasn't had any issues since. So.
We're approaching to our deadline. So
yeah, we are a little crunched for time today. So.
Just want to let everybody know. Really appreciate everybody, for the questions here. So we keep the show going. Anything
short?
that's short?
Go back up. So we'll get one more.
Kevin said, looking to get a what is it, day cab for a local round. What would you recommend? Also, should I go for anything above 500K miles?
I don't know on a day cab. I don't really like. It really depends on who it's coming from. Like a rider trucks and stuff like that. It seems like those are usually leased out to another customer. It seems like they kind of get used and abused. But like with a day cab, that's something that's local, that's been run local. It's a lot more like stop and go, wear and tear. A lot more wear. You're dropping trailers, so looking at fifth wheel wear. just like you would a car. I mean, something that's, obviously been on the highway more and ran, from longer distances, less stopping time. It seems like, is a better choice. I don't like anything. It seems like 500 is like when all the bigger fleets and stuff get rid of their stuff, because they say fleet maintained, but I don't think a lot of them don't do a lot of the after treatment maintenance that they should, and that's when they start to have problems with them, and that's when they get rid of them. And we have so many customers that come here that just bought a truck. They've had the truck for a month or 3 months, and they've got all kinds of issues from day one. And it really, when you're starting a new business, it's really hard. You're always trying to catch back up. If you just bought a truck, you think you're going to go to work, and then you got all these problems you got to pay for. So I, like on a day cab, most of the day cabs I see for sale, you don't see a whole. Most of them are usually down in the mid threes, low fours. So I don't think on a day cab, I don't think I'd go over 500 definitely. So.
Well, I'm gonna summarize or say some. Just want you guys know that for us to maintain this weekly live stream and continue to answer questions from you guys, it's a big deal for us. We have a lot of customer trucks out there. Ryan step away from them. And the time we spend here are the time we lost from getting revenue. Just get you guys know that we're really dedicated to this slot every Friday. It is also we put a lot of here to support you guys. Make sure if you guys know somebody, there's ways you can support us. Like and subscribe to our videos, and spread the words about our company, about Ryan, so we can continue to grow on YouTube platform, and also our business can grow locally or internationally, nationally as well. So don't forget to like the video, and we will be here next Friday if there's no urgencies, no emergencies last minute, but we will try to be here every Friday. Good.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, sorry, there's questions we didn't answer. Please make sure to come over here next Friday and put your questions there. We'll try to answer as much as we can. All right, have a good weekend, guys. Good to see everybody here. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody.